For years, it remained a whispered myth beneath the streets of Damascus, a massive underground fortress dismissed as propaganda in a war of shifting truths. Until now. As Damascus fell and the Assad regime crumbled, rebels discovered what lay beneath the mansion of Major General Maher al-Assad, the dictator's brother and commander of Syria's elite military division. A sprawling underground complex with industrial equipment and tunnels wide enough for trucks to pass through, hinting at operations worth billions. Yet deeper still, beyond layers of security gates and emergency bunkers, the fighters fell silent as their flashlights illuminated a massive steel vault door, its wheel-lock mechanism sealed tight, guarding the final secrets of a fallen regime. Down the bunker. As Syrian rebels descended into the depths of the clandestine bunker before them, they began to unveil the subterranean stronghold that Bashar al-Assad had been secretly using as a fortress for his regime. Taking out their phones, the Syrian liberators began documenting the ample hallways and intricate layout of the underground palace beneath the mansion. The amateur cameramen's voices fell silent as they descended into the extensive underground edifice. Back in 2016, a group of Syrian rebels, under the banner of the Army of Islam, had spoken about the alleged construction of a 7-story complex underneath Damascus, which they dubbed Assad's neighborhood. Field Commander Abu Samir recounted the supposed discovery of his troops, quote, "After entering the tunnels, our fighters were surprised to find routes for vehicles and roads with lighting." Now, almost 10 years after those claims, it appears as if the rebels who have recently freed Syria from its totalitarian regime have finally found the mysterious construction described by the Army of Islam. In the footage, viewers can witness a fighter navigate a seemingly endless staircase, plunging well below ground level, revealing a sophisticated structure that was likely engineered to safeguard the headquarters of the Syrian regime's senior military and political leadership. Upon passing through the protective gates, the rebels found themselves in a labyrinth of tunnels and hallways expansive enough to allow the free transit of vehicles. The rooms around them were occupied by numerous command and control hubs, as well as living quarters furnished with bedrooms, bathrooms, and recreational spaces. The sheer scale of the bunker suggests this was one of the regime's most important centers, capable of sustaining a full governmental and military task force indefinitely. But in the face of imminent danger, the inhabitants of this space had to flee, surrendering this underground place to their attackers, most probably using escape routes leading into the surrounding mountainside. A regime stronghold. Further exploration of what could very well be the legendary Assad's neighborhood revealed a fusion of rare architectural design and advanced technology meticulously crafted to safeguard the Syrian regime's senior leadership. In interviews, Commander Abu Samir talked about the defenses within the bunkers built by the Syrian regime, stating, quote, 5 huge gates protect the entrance to a sterile area, capable of safeguarding against chemical weapons and managing the entire war. The massive barriers of the bunkers, likely equipped with airtight seals and sophisticated filtration systems, would enable uninterrupted operations amidst external biological assaults. The depth of the bunker further shielded it from aerial bombardments and surface-level strikes, making it seem almost like a miracle that the fighters who defeated the Bashar al-Assad regime were able to claim it. One of the most intriguing discoveries inside the space was a funicular-style trolley system, paralleling the steep staircases within the complex. Footage reveals a fighter navigating alongside the trolley, found in disarray at the base of the stairs, suggesting a hasty evacuation during the assault on the residents above. This railway, potentially powered by a motorized pulley mechanism or rail-mounted winch, could have been employed for personnel transport. Still, it was more likely instrumental in swiftly transporting weapons, provisions, and essential supplies, ensuring the facility's operational readiness for some of the regime's most important operations. Examination of the captured images shared by the rebels seems to confirm this last theory, suggesting that the activities within the bunker extended beyond military operations, serving as the headquarters for a criminal enterprise so prolific it could have potentially served as the primary support for Bashar al-Assad's regime. The operations beneath the mansion. One of the videos captured in the labyrinthine tunnels beneath Maher al-Assad's mansion was posted on social media alongside a telling caption, quote, "Massive tunnel complex beneath Maher al-Assad's mansion, wide enough for trucks carrying Captagon and gold to drive through." Captagon, a powerful amphetamine more commonly known as phenethylene, has long been reported as a notorious illegal export of the Assad regime. Intelligence indicates that Syria accounts for nearly 80% of the global supply, feeding a massive drug trade that could have been financing the government's operations during the war. The rebels' discovery of domestic vacuum machines and industrial shrink-wrap equipment within the bunker's depths suggests that the production of Captagon may have been concealed right underneath the mansion of the regime's rulers. A facility like this, crucial to sustaining the production of one of the region's most lucrative drugs, would have undoubtedly required formidable defensive and offensive capabilities. While specific weapons were not detailed in the footage shared by the rebels, the complex's vast spaces, reinforced security, and strategic layout suggest it could have housed an arsenal capable of repelling any potential intruder. Speculations point to a stockpile that may have included Russian AK series assault rifles, known for their reliability and widespread use by Syrian forces, heavy machine guns, and rocket-propelled grenade launchers for fortified positions to secure critical choke points in the bunker's labyrinthine layout. The secret room. Despite the impressive loot discovered by the rebels, it appears the regime managed to secure most of the bunker's valuables before making their hasty escape. The images captured by the rebels show numerous empty boxes strewn across the floors of various rooms, a chaotic scene that raises many questions that remain unanswered, and making it impossible to determine if the boxes were once filled with luxury assets, rare artifacts, or high-grade military weapons. The intrigue only becomes more obscure as the videos show one of the fighters stepping into a cavernous room dominated by a massive steel vault door, complete with an imposing wheel lock mechanism. The fighter attempts to breach the door, twisting the wheel in vain before stepping back in frustration. Amid the disarray and looted remnants, this one door remains locked. Why this vault was left sealed if the regime had the time to empty the bunker of most valuables is still unknown. It could have been that there was simply not enough time to evacuate the contents, but the possibility remains that whatever lies on the other side can only be extracted with specialized equipment. Theories abound as to what lies behind the steel barrier. Some speculate that it contains vast reserves of wealth, such as gold bars, cash stashes, or assets that could sustain a regime even in exile. Others lean for a darker possibility: raw materials for the production of Captagon. Alternatively, it could house advanced weaponry, experimental technology, or classified intelligence that the Assad regime deemed too dangerous to keep out of lock. Breaching the vault will not be an easy feat. The door's design suggests a level of sophistication requiring advanced tools or expertise to overcome. Yet the potential rewards on the other side are too tempting to ignore. For the fighters, cracking open the vault may not only unveil the final secrets of the Assad regime, but also provide them with their biggest weapon yet: the mysterious architect. This discovery was reminiscent of other bunker crackdowns earlier in the year, when aggressive Israeli attacks were launched against an underground complex in Syria, reportedly operated by Iranian forces and used as a critical hub for weapons production. Despite Iran's exceptional network of underground bunkers, engineered to withstand airstrikes and conceal their operations, Israel demonstrated its capability to penetrate even the most steady of their defenses, resulting in the capture of vital intelligence hidden deep beneath the ground. Now, with the uncovered bunker beneath Maher al-Assad's mansion, speculation about Iran's possible involvement in the construction of other underground complexes in the region has been reignited. Though no official confirmation has been made, the bunker's intricate design and extensive network strongly resemble the advanced engineering seen in other Iranian-built facilities, leading people wondering how many other such fortresses lie hidden across the Middle East, and whether this is the most significant among them, or merely the tip of the iceberg. While these mysteries remain unresolved, the apparent vulnerability of underground bunkers to special operations and precision strikes signals a potential shift in military strategy. Once considered impregnable strongholds, these bunkers are now being outmaneuvered by advanced tactics. This development may mark the beginning of an escalation in defensive innovation, incorporating cutting-edge defense systems, lethal countermeasures, and further layers of security designed to repel any form of attack, plunging the region into a new era of underground warfare.